Hey guys, we're back. From what I can see, things are working. I'm just making sure things are working. Eric, is it back? Yes, it is back. Shauna, just make sure, like, let me know if the audio is okay. Because I'm trying to monitor it on my Instagram account. So, let's see. Okay, yeah, it does work. There's a bit of a delay, but I just clocked it on mine. Hello again, Wilski. I think it works now. I don't know. Audio is crispy. Yes, I love that. I've put so much effort into my audio. I've put so much effort in it, and that makes me happy more than you know, Eric. It's good now. Excellent. I don't know what happens. I don't know if it's OBS or because we're streaming to multiple platforms, so sometimes it glitches up, and the best we can do is just give it another go. Oh, it's the iPhone camera. Hey fam from India, Sakit, is that your name? I do apologize if I butchered your name, but hello. I hope everybody's doing well. Let me see if my camera is working. Yeah, let's resize that because OBS decides to just resize everything. But it's free and open source, and it works most of the time. I see the UAD is interface, so it sounds great. Yes, Eric, I use a UAD interface, and I've bought like, I don't know what that says, Wilski. Hey Chang, is that your name? But yeah, like I've, you know when you invest in something and you spend so much money on it, you're like, I hope this works and I hope people notice. And I do really appreciate that, Eric. But yeah, I've got a UD Apollo Twin X, and then I'm writing a bunch of plugins natively on the DSP on it. So I've got some ambient controls. That ambient, it's the sweetest thing. Excellent. I don't want to say it because I don't know what it means. So I know it's smorgasbord. Is smorgasbord Swedish? It might be. But yeah, I'm running a few like compressors. Yeah, I'm running quite a lot of stuff. Yes, nice one, Eric. But yeah, we're talking about the Micro by Work Louder. I'm a fan of the product. I bought mine about 2 years ago. And I'm just jumping on live stream to hang out and show you guys how I use it with Premiere. I use Premiere quite a bit, After Effects, and Ableton. So I'm I run a business over here, like video production, audio, and then I'm a content creator for YouTube for a channel called Olufemi. We do like loads of Premiere tutorials and After Effects and work with Adobe. So yeah, it's all good fun. Smorgasbord. Oh yeah, I mean, we use that in the English language, don't we? It's a smorgasbord of whatever. It's a variation of stuff. So yeah, I saw the O with the two dots, and I was like, that looks like smorgasbord. I couldn't tell you how it's spelled, but yeah, yeah, I'm a gadget guy. If you look at my desk, hopefully it's not too messy now, but yeah, I've got an Osmo Pocket 3 up here showing you guys what's going on my desk. It is a bit dark. I'll fix that in a sec, but I tend to try not to do too much stuff in OBS before it starts breaking. I haven't purchased any products from Work Louder yet, but I popped in to see if it would be good to integrate with some macros for Ableton. Eric, 100% man. I use mine. Can I show you? I'll show you how I use it in Ableton. In Premiere. The only reason I don't want to switch to Ableton right now is because my default session is at 48K, I think, on Ableton, and it might mess some of the stuff. I don't want to have to restart the stream. But let me show you. Yeah, so this, for example, is my... I'm making a YouTube video to do with multicams for musicians. knacker board. So this is what it looks like, and you can basically program any of these to be anything in your macros. And I've got my, let's see, I've got this to zoom in. I was just making sure. So I've got this to zoom in. So I've programmed this dial right here. I'll swap camera so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to see that. Yeah, so this is my timeline. So I'm zooming in and out, super smooth. And then I've programmed each one of these to be, if I press it once, it basically resembles like a 3 or 4 key function on my keyboard. So you can imagine in Ableton, I had it, so in Ableton, if you press Command D, obviously that duplicates that loop, or Shift Command D, that will be duplicating the loop for like the whole timeline. So you can program all that stuff to be like one button. And then here I've programmed that to be zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. And then in Ableton, if you press H, I think that like makes sure you can see all the tracks in Ableton. Like there's a beauty of having everything like mapped out and having that muscle memory in one place. And then like the one thing I flipping enjoy doing, and it's so accurate, is just zoom in and zoom out. Zoom in, fix something, zoom back out, look what my timeline looks like. And I'll show you in Premiere because I've got Premiere open. So I've mapped this to like cut through all the tracks and then delete, 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 and then I've got this key as my default. So I'll do like a default transition between, like I can delete that or enable, disable it. So yeah, I find myself a lot faster using the macro pad. And yeah, it took, when I bought it 2.5 years ago, it took me a second to, like, it took me a couple of days to change my, yeah, the wheel scale will do. It took me a while to change my thinking more than anything, because what we're used to is you press a J key and J comes up on the screen. But with this, it's basically one key press could do like whatever you want, basically. I've got one of my key presses as my password, so as soon as I open my computer, one of them types in the password and presses enter. And call me a geek, whatever, but it just shows you like how much stuff you can do. Hey Wilski, good to chat, man. Hope you had some tasty food. But yeah, Eric, I hope that answers your question to do with Ableton. But anything you can imagine, and especially with Ableton, you can yeah, really cool. Yeah, I know, man. But there's so much more you can do, because so like Command F will be your find effect, so you can press that in and then find whatever effect you want. Eric on Instagram, I was considering it for my studio for a similar reason. Yeah. Furwell on TikTok is asking how much are there. I've always wanted one. Yeah, I'll go on the website in a second. If you go to worklouder.cc, you'll be able to see what's available. Shimar on Instagram, saving up money or to buy the full setup. Great work. Yeah, like I bought this one. I'll show you on the website in a sec. But I bought this one with my own hard-earned cash 2.5 years ago. And then, yeah, I've never looked back. I've changed loads of stuff in my setup, interfaces, keyboards. Like, yeah, this one's just remained the same. Okay, are these shipping now? Eric's asking. Let me just go on the website and show you. So what's going on is we are taking pre-orders. So Work Loud is taking pre-orders for the Framer. So the Framer Micro is like a juiced up version of what I've got. Sweet, we got loads of questions. I'll answer these. I'll get to them as fast as I can. But this is what the Framer looks like. This is like mine. Mine's the version 1 I got 2.5 years ago. But the Framer's shipping out in July. But if you order it they're all available for pre-order. If you order it and drop your order number in the chat, you get a free gift. So the bigger the order, the bigger the gift. So this is like gonna be massive for me. It's Bluetooth. It's got this dial right here, which for Ableton, it might be the move, because this dial right here is like a joystick one. So you got 8 functions you can have there. And then the other dial is like a clockwise, anti-clockwise, and then press down. This blue one right here. So you spin it both ways and it'll do whatever you want, and then press it down. That's another function. And the good thing is with the Framer is it uses their own software called Input. So I'll pull up VIA. VIA is a software I use for programming my Work Louder version 1. So this is a third-party software. It works with mine, but the one that will work with a Framer called Input works so much better. So this is what it looks like. And again, it's just a mindset shift I find. So every one of these keys I've programmed to be whatever I want. So for me, my personal preference, using it with Premiere, I've got space here for just play because it's just there. I'm just used to it being under my thumb. D is like double speed. Undo is right here. And then I've got QW is like how I edit. X is delete. And then these combinations here, I use the QMK like dictionary to figure out what these are. So this one's like, this is save. This is export. And then the cool thing is there's a key tester as well. So if that pulls up, so that's what the key tester looks like. So if I was to press like that, that's command save. And let me figure out how to reset this. There you go, reset. Because it does it, like gives me a weird tone whenever I press it. So, and then like if I press this one, you can see what this is doing. This is doing Windows M. So that's my export. But again, you can get this to do, you can program this to be however many keys you want. You can go crazy on it. And what I find is I've actually programmed mine to open up Premiere with a press of a button using a shortcut. And that shortcut's like 4 keys. So I'd have to like physically press down like 4 or 5 keys. But yeah, you can program it to do wherever you want. So let's answer question. Do you need the app? Furwell and TikTok's asking, do you need an app to assign the macros? Yeah. So I've got the macros here. And I can go even, I need to be careful what I show you here because one of them is my password. So you can, there's so much stuff. Layers, special is what I use to kind of put those special keys in. Macros, it go a bit deeper. So you get, how many macros does it give you? Like 15 macros you can assign. And these go like really, you can get really geeky with those. That's how I got to type in my password and then press enter. But good thing is with the Work Louder's own program, which the framework uses, and the Nomad E, which by the way I've got on order. So this one's on the way. But Input's so much more intuitive. It's like pretty much drag and drop, and it's just easier to program all around. Plus, and Eric, I think this would be good for you using Ableton and stuff, is they've got a function called multifunction. So basically, if you press a key down, it'll do one thing, but then if you double tap it, it'll do another thing. And then if you press and hold, it'll do another thing. So with it, like one key could have 3 or 4 functions, because I think one of them's tap and hold. So you got tap, 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 tap and hold, and then hold. So yeah, one key can have multiple functions. So for example, if I wanted to undo, you can program one key to be undo, and then when you double tap it, it'll be redo. So you can imagine how you can get those functions just popping when you're like working with a macro pad like this. And Sackett, it's really hard to change a habit since one hand already developed muscle memory on keyboard. What did Work Louder drive you to buy it? So for me, if I'm completely honest, Sackett on Instagram, I saw the adverts and I saw the possibilities, and once I got that locked into my mindset, I was like, hey, it just opens up the possibilities of what you can do. So the design was one thing. I was like, this looks killer. And if I'm completely honest, like having it in my hand, and I've had it for about 3.5 years, it's killer, man. The weight is there. This thing isn't going anywhere. You put it down, the keys sound amazing. They still feel the same as they did when I first bought it. So really solid build. And if I'm honest, like with working with a big YouTube channel and stuff like that, we don't put our names to stuff that we don't kind of believe in. And this is like stood the test of time. I've changed a bunch of stuff that, some I'd recommend, some I wouldn't. But this one I can recommend. I've used it for like 2.5 years. Solid. Like I use my stuff till it starts melting. So it's been solid. But muscle memory wise, it took me a couple of days to develop it. And what you can do is, because when you get the framer that's on pre-order, you get the key set caps with it, so you can see all the key set caps. So yes, you can have different icons, but I'm more of a plain guy. So when I bought mine, I wanted to have either white or black. So I bought like the translucent ones because I like how the light shows through. And I had the black keycaps. And sometimes I'll mix and match and do like a checkered thing or whatever. You can do loads of stuff. But I found that after a while, Saket on Instagram, you just build up that muscle memory and take it a step at a time. I think it's being aware of what you use the most, and then just programming that in. It's just being aware of what you use the most, and then programming that in one step at a time and be like, okay. So it took me a couple of days to be like, okay, what do I actually want to do, and what's going to make my life easier? And then once you get your mind around, like on your regular keyboard, one key does one thing, but this one, you can have one key do whatever you want. So without whatever you want takes a while to like get in your brain, but once you get it in, you just get a solid workflow dialed in. And what I recently did, hey Aditi on Instagram, farewell on TikTok. Thank you, no worries. Project Hey Tick on Instagram. But what I found was I just keep on finding new ways of using it. So let me just pull up something I programmed in yesterday. So I found myself wanting to dial in all those, like anything to do with values. I found that I just want to dial in, be more specific, and just be faster. So what I find myself doing is, let me just get you the top view. So the dial right here goes clockwise and anti-clockwise. So I've got that. If I click on size, right here it's highlighted. You can see how it's like moving by the unit. So like 1 unit at a time. But if I wanted to move by the decimal point, I use my scrolly wheel. And that moves up and down by the decimal point. Reason being, mostly in Premiere Pro, if you use that, you'll know that when you're color grading, you need like to be a bit finer with your selection. So exposure, if I go by the unit point, my whole image gets really exposed. But if you want to just dial in by the decimal point, use the other dial. So it's been really like cool to have something tactile. And I found that the response back from a physical key press, for me, it's just, I just find myself being a lot faster. Dr. Shamu on Instagram is asking, how steep is the learning curve for the macro pad? Like how easy or hard is it to integrate into your workflow? I was just saying, it took me a couple of days to mostly get my head around the possibilities that I would have from using the macro pad. And then once you get your head around that, because we're trained normal keyboard, press J appears, K appears, and then you have like modifiers like Shift E, Shift whatever. But with this one, you can one key press, you can program it to do however many key presses you want. So once you get that dialed in and get into that mindset, I find that 2-3 days for me at least. And because I've developed a muscle memory and everything's so well laid out, I don't even need icons. I mean, icons are cool to have, but I literally, sorry, just pop my hand in and hand on the macro pad. I can see, I can feel the dial, I can feel the scroller wheel, and from then on, like, I'm in. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing. So muscle memory, yeah, if you've developed it for like typing and stuff like that, yeah, you'll nail it. But again, the hardest thing for me, it's just a mindset of just being like, what are the possibilities? Because we're so hardwired to how a keyboard is used, but you can get this to do anything you want, really. So I've programmed it to open up apps on my computer. And then obviously I've dialed in my, what's it called? My Adobe Premiere like sessions. Just realized my light is off. Let's see if that works. Got really dark here suddenly. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Is that cool? Does that answer your question? But yeah, let me know where everybody's calling in from. We got some people from India. We had some people from Sweden. All right. Oh man, I love gadgets so much. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that'll work there. So I've got my... There you go. This light's gone off for some reason. I hope it's not broken. I've got like a desk light. It's looking a bit dark. But yeah, I love my gadgets. Magnets. I love magnets, man. But yeah, if you order and drop your order number in the chat, we'll make sure we include some free gifts with your order. And yeah, I got an email today to say that my Nomad E is on the way. So I've had this one for 2.5 years, and the Nomad E is on the way. I got an email today, and I got a Nomad E just as it comes, chalk, and you get top free cell. So I got a free cell. I got like an atomic free cell, and then I got a desk mat. So check out the desk mats, floppy desk mat. So I got one of these as well. So hopefully next stream I'll have all this stuff. I'm looking forward to it so much. I've been checking my phone as if the order is going to come faster if you're checking it all the time. But yeah, I got the Nomad, and what I'm liking about it is it's going to have the screen on the side, and then I'll be able to program all these macros in. But then, as you can see here, look at that render, man. Looks so sweet. But yeah, all these are customizable. You can make them do whatever you want. And then they've got a few widgets. So they've got the Pomodoro clock, which I think would be really helpful for me. I get distracted so much when I'm working, because obviously running your own thing, you've got so many projects on the go, and then somebody's asking for an invoice, or you know, go do that. There's so much stuff going on. So just locking in, I think would be really helpful for me. And then they've got music widget that's getting released next month. So yeah, there's heaps happening. But yeah, these look clean. So I'm looking forward to that. And you'd be surprised how many times you need a ruler. I don't even know. Because my ruler, I'll tell you what. And this is just the add-on. But this magnetic attached to the back of it. The amount of times I go to get my ruler and my kids have just like nicked it. Like they've just stolen it. And I'm like, where's that big piece of plastic? Anyways, I've actually used my iPhone to like measure stuff before. I'm like, what iPhone have I got? I've got the 15. It's whatever, 6 inches or whatever it is. And then, but yeah, having a ruler, that'd be really helpful. And you use it a lot more than you think. Some random OO on the X. I have the Nomad, and the ruler is low-key useful. I know, man. Like, you don't realize how much you'd use it unless you're like just looking for it. I just wish it was longer, but I have tape measure for that. Yeah, after a certain length, you like whatever. But for me, it's if I'm sending a package or something, and if you have to like. Sometimes some websites want you to know exactly how big the package is, and then the weight. I don't know. I've got one of those like big weight things for my suitcase, so that's okay. Random on TikTok is asking, what is your most silent keyboard? So the best way of describing it is the framer. So okay, so the framer micro, you can either have a clicky or silent, but the clicky is like more like thocky. So let me just I'll pause the music and do a little ASMR of the one I've got here. So music is paused. So this is what it sounds like. So quite satisfying, I think. So this is like the dial, that dial in the middle. And then these are the keys. Hey, Wilski's back. Coming back to hang out. But yeah, hopefully that answers that question. So yeah. Satisfying, I would say. But yeah, the big thing about this one is like wireless Bluetooth, and it uses input. So input is the program by Work Louder. Works on iOS, Mac, and PC. That you can just program your keys to do whatever you want. So, looking forward to that one. Yeah. So yeah, I bought this one last week. Spent my hard-earned cash on this one, so I'm looking forward to it coming. Because I'm guest streaming, unless if I didn't say it earlier. So Mike jumps on streams a lot. Mike's the co-founder of Work Louder. It's, as you can see, some reason what's really cool. Some reason on X is saying what's really cool is that you can map one key to multiple switches, as you can see with the publish KE. So I think I hope you mean what I'm thinking. Basically, there's a function called multifunction. So one key could do like multiple things. So for the Framer Micro, for example, if I've got this key right here, let's go with the publish key. This is a 2-unit keycap that covers like there's 2 switches underneath, but some people were requesting a 2-unit keycap. So I was like, sweet, so the guys made it happen. So for example, you got the publish right here. If you hit that and it does the undo function, but then you can program it so when you double tap it, it'll do the redo function. So like that alone, you got 2 functions in just one keycap, or 3. There's one that's tap and hold. So there's so much stuff in there. But again, as I said earlier, is it's like figuring out what your workflow is and be willing to kind of go, not willing, but it's kind of like realizing that your life could be easier. You just need to, be aware and just map stuff out. And what I found was, when I don't have the micro next to me, I'm like, I can still edit, obviously, but it's just so much easier, and I'm so much faster with it now. Like that zoom in, zoom out, I'm telling you, I'm just so much faster using that, and just going into my timeline, out, and just it's just fun. But then, I'm just looking forward to expanding on my tool set. So this one's the Versa Micro 1, but obviously the second one's a lot better. So I'm looking forward to adding that to my arsenal. But at the same time, because this looks so clean, like this one, you can barely tell it's used. I've had it for 2.5 years. Like, yeah, it still looks like clean as. The keys still feel the same. I kind of even if I buy the new one, I don't know if I want to sell this one. I'd still want to have it. Because they look awesome, and it's such a conversation stopper, like in this icebreaker. If I'm out editing at like a coffee shop or something, I'll have this next to me, like, you know, tapping away. And yeah, people are like, oh, what is that? So it's a real, yeah, it's a cool looking gadget, and it's so functionable. Functionable. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. What's it for you guys? I'm guessing if you're here, you've seen the work louder stuff, and you're probably someone that works on a computer, on a desk, at a desk. What's your drink of choice? So if you're sitting down working, what's your drink of choice? I'll show you mine in a sec. Let me just get OBS to do as it's told. So this is mine. Let me just wipe the bottom because I don't want water all over it. So this is iced coffee, like literally espresso on ice. No sugar, just nice beans and ice. Tons of water. Nastere. Where are you from, Nastere? Water. Okay, we got a lot of... I'll tell you what I've got. Yeah, iced coffee. I'll probably drink 3 of those a day. Cold brew. Yeah, you know what, Sake? I want to get into cold brew. I'm just not patient enough. I'm just not patient enough to just like... what's it called? Brew overnight. Yeah, but cold brew is definitely a thing. Like brew overnight and then yeah. Wilski, iced coffee tastes good. You know what? Nastere, Ecuador, excellent. Yo, you probably have the best coffee out there. Do you live in Ecuador? Or? 18 hours is the key, Sackett says about coffee. South America, Nastere. Yeah, I bet. I hope I'm not butchering your name. So Nastere says, yeah, I bet your coffee's like badass over there. But I get a subscription, so I just get like one of the coffee roasters in the north of England where I live. And it's just good to just get a bag of coffee once a month, and it kind of arrives, you forget about it, and then it's a treat. You're like, oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I used to work. I did a stint over at Starbucks when I was at university. Worked there, so we got to taste loads of coffee, and then you realize, yeah, Starbucks coffee is tastes the way it tastes because that's how it works well with like all the syrups and stuff. So by itself, it's a bit bitter, but once you get into like getting some nice coffee, you can just drink it black, like honestly. And then I find if I have a piece of chocolate and a bit of coffee, like it really brings out the taste, that nutty flavor in the coffee. Anyways, we're getting geeky here, but yeah, it's all part of sitting at a desk and and working, you know, keyboards, drinks, snacks. Veer Vatchan, Veer on Instagram. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm really good. Got my drinks. Rafal on Instagram. Crazy coffee here in Brazil. Yeah, I bet Brazilian coffee is like killer. Wilski, chocolate is also good from Ecuador. Yeah, I believe so. And then I'm in the UK, so there is a water company called Liquid Death, and they're moving out. So I've been buying these for like $4 for $1. So at least it's water. It's sparkling water. It looks cool, and I feel cooler drinking water out of a can, keeping myself hydrated. So I've been drinking loads of that. Nestor, you also have the greatest chocolate. I believe so. I love that. The older I get, I'm like getting into nice quality, like dark chocolate and stuff like that. And I tell you what, if you're ever in Greece, we do the best sweets. Like, yeah. So make sure if you ever like in Greece passing by, just make sure you get some food, just whatever. Like I think I'm totally biased, but I think we do the best food all around. I'm willing to have my opinion changed, but as it stands, I'm completely biased. Um, but yeah, it's kind of good to know. Obviously, accessories and keyboards and all that, like that's a key thing. But I'm also always interested in how to optimize my work further. I feel good about it. Sometimes I'll do some edits or whatever. I just feel like junk because I've just been focused on yeah. I've just been focusing on my work and forgot to look after myself. So I've got a standing desk, which I should use more for standing. Like I don't use it that much in the standing position. Wilski, your family's maybe buying a house in Greece. Yeah, man, it's great out there. Great vacation place. But yeah, what's the oddest thing? It's actually, who says that? Oh yeah, this. Oh, almost spilt stuff. Yeah, this is water. This is like, it's just cool looking water. It's called sparkling water. I don't really like sparkling water, but this tastes alright. It's got like a mango, like little flavor to it. So yeah, I'm trying to find cool ways of keeping myself hydrated and healthy while working, and then going out for a walk every now and then is good. Um, yeah, I know, right? So Legendary on TikTok says, you thought it was Gold Monster. Yeah, it's not. It's just a cool looking water. Sake on Instagram. How would you rate your macro pad to carry on if someone has a hybrid workspace, probably moving around for work? Works fine for me because I use mine at my office, USB-C straight into my dock. I've got like a CalDigit TS3 Plus. It's like a big dock thing. Do that, and then if I'm out and about, I'll literally just put this in my bag. I've got a little nice carry case for it, and then pull that out, USB-C, just works straight away. So for moving around, I think because I'm so optimized to working with this and using, I'm so much faster using Premiere, using it, than just using the trackpad on my computer. It's an easy win. Just put it in your bag, connect it via USB-C, you're winning. And what I'm excited about is that the framer, like basically the version 2 of this, because this version 1, I've had it for 2.5 years. But let me show you. So let me just answer this one at a time. So yeah, the framer. Oh, Wilski, I've got a story for you. But yeah, so the framer now is Bluetooth. So Sackit, like if it's a carry it around kind of deal, this one's Bluetooth. So you just turn it on and you're connected. So it's so much easier. But I don't find that the micro version 1, it stops me using it because it's USB-C. Like I'd rather carry it and sit down, be faster, have something cool looking and feels great to work with. I'd rather do that than not have it, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's easy. Wilski, your friend spilled water on the new keyboard. You know what? When I decided I'm going to get a Nomad E to replace this keyboard, like the couple of days later, I literally had my cup right there, my hot coffee, and then I went to reach over for something and it just went psh, like poured coffee all over like the number pad. I was like, oh, I think the universe has spoken. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like, I would like a new keyboard. But yeah, I totally spilled water on mine. Coffee. Yeah, your keyboard is good, but not your friend's keyboard. Yeah, obviously. The worst is when you pour anything liquid on like your Mac keyboard, because you have to act quick with that one. But yeah, liquids and keyboards, they just don't go. MBR was that an order number coming in, but the yeah, if you drop your order number and it hasn't shipped out, we'll include a free gift. So yeah, let us know. How long does the battery last? The Great Micah on Instagram is asking for which one. Is it the framer you're asking about, or the Nomad E? So the recent update for the Nomad E, actually, I'm not sure, but I know like they're always updating stuff. So the what's it called? One of the recent updates actually made the battery life better. MBR. I'm guessing you probably just did. You have her order number or no? I don't know. Just make sure. Oh, there you go. A Jokio. Hopefully, I'm not butchering your name. Has got an order number. Where did you get a Jokio? A Joko? Where are you from? 21 4 2 6. Yeah, let us know what you got. So the Great Micah, I don't have. I'll have hands-on experience for how long the battery lasts when I get those in my hands. Obviously, the micro version 1 is plugged straight in. The Framer Micro's got a 1900 milliamp battery. Yeah. So a 1900 milliamp battery. Curry Micro 2. We'll see how you can use bottle babies when you get uni. Yeah, I know, right? Joko Canada. Yeah. Crater Marker 2. Do you mean the framer? Do you get the framer? Let us know. Tharindu on TikTok is asking what my keyboard is. It's just like a Logitech keyboard that it's being replaced soon. So I've just ordered my Nomad E. I'm a guest streamer, so obviously I'm I don't Mike is like the big man, big chief, founder at Work Louder. I'm guest streaming just to let you guys know how I use the micro version 1. The Joko, yeah, framer, sweet man. Yeah, with the framer you get the what's it called? You get the key set as well. So you get all these keys and the 2-unit published one. So yeah, you'll enjoy that. But the yeah, I've just ordered the Nomad E keyboard. So this is in the mail. I got an email today to say that it's coming my way. So next time you see me on stream, I'll probably have that keyboard right there. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, a bit smaller. And the more I'm like thinking about getting it, I've been shifting my mind to how I'll use it. Because you got all these, I'll show you here. You get all these macros. You can control these buttons. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, how can I use this better in Premiere? So Nastere is asking, do I work for Work Louder? I'm guest streaming, so I'm a fan of the product. I bought the product. I bought the version 1 micro. Sorry. I bought it 2.5 years ago, and I've just been following them, and I'm like, these are cool. So I got in touch. They were looking for some people to like guest stream and kind of let people know what's up with how people use it. I think it's the key thing is because there's so many different ways of using this. I come from a music and video background, so obviously I use it differently to an illustrator and a designer and a programmer. There's so many different ways people use these, so I'm kind of tackling it from that point of view, if that makes sense. So I'm jumping on just to tell you guys what's up. So yeah, I'm guest streaming. But yeah, these are. Can't try. But yeah, Nastere says on Instagram the products are beautiful. I agree. They're so well designed. And what got me is like obviously when I bought my version 1, it was on the higher end price wise to what I'd want to pay. Obviously I saved up. It looks so good. Saved up, got it. After like seeing some reviews and some videos, I was like, you know what? I think this is the move for some stuff. I wanted to use. So I saved up, and I've had it for like 2.5 years, and it still sounds the same. It's built solidly. There's some weight to it, like the rubber pad. Like it's just not going anywhere. And I know for a fact if I went cheaper, I'd probably have to change it or stuff would go funny. But just having a tool that just is solid, it just makes such a difference. So, Nastere, I'm an editor, and I'm planning to get that macro pad. Yeah. What kind of editing software do you use? I'm a Premiere and Ableton guy and After Effects, but I've optimized this one mostly for Premiere and Ableton. 911 on Instagram. Hi, what are the things in which these are specialized for? The best way of kind of describing it is if you use a keyboard and you have multiple things that you've got shortcuts for. So like Command S is save, Shift Command D for me would be like applying a default transition in Premiere. But with this, every combination of keys you can program to just be one key. So you can imagine instead of going boom, 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 like all these different key combinations I would use when I'm editing, I've optimized my first layer of the micro to just be all for editing. So I've got like commands like save, export, default transitions, double speed, selecting the slice tool and then the selection tool, scrolling in and out. I'll show you the zoom because I think you can get your head around what the zoom looks like a bit better. So let me just show you. So this is the timeline. Let me just move that down a bit so you can see. So this is my timeline. So if I'm zooming in and out, I'm just using the scrolly wheel. If I was to use my scroll on the mouse and option, which is like the default, like, yeah, it goes all over. I find I'm not as precise, and I just want to be precise, do my cuts in and out. But yeah, it's so anything here could be programmed to whatever you want. So if I'm like editing, I'm selecting stuff, deleting default transitions, be put enable, disable. Yeah, I feel like I'm so much faster now. I can edit with a normal keyboard, but just having that speed and focus and just fun tactile use is, yeah, game changing for me. Vivek, you can check the website for all the costs. There's so much stuff. So worklouder.cc, you can check out the website. Which one do you think is better for Premiere Pro? Nastere is asking. For me personally, I'm like a micro guy, and the fact that the new version will have like a few we'll have a few more functions to it. So let me just show you here. Oh, wait. So yeah, so this is going to be the new version, Framer Micro. They're all available for pre-order now. And they're shipping out in July, so not too Q3. So July, end of July. But now this one's got a joystick, so this has got 8 functions. So here you can have 8 functions on that joystick. And then each one of these keys with their program called input, you can just program each key to do multiple things. So the easiest way of describing it is I have this key. If I press it once, it'll be what's it called, undo, what Command Z would be. But then if you double tap it, it'll be redo. So that's an example. but across the board, and someone's saying how to be lazy, but it's more optimizing stuff. If I'm sitting here for hours editing, like I've had it before where I just kind of get strained, and yeah, and then you kind of make a mistake and then you have to undo. But with this one, I think it's like more focused, direct, and I just want to do my work and go. Like, and that allows me, like, all the clinical stuff that's very function based just allows me to be more creative, I find, for me personally. So it's just removing that hurdle. So Nastere Creator Micro version 1 is sold out. Yeah, but the version 2, which is much better, which is the Framer Micro I've got on screen here, that's on pre-sale at the minute. So that is much better than the version 1 that I've got. It's Bluetooth, so it's wireless, and then it uses their own software called Input to program it further. So if I'm programming mine, I use a third-party plugin called Via. So Via, although it's really good, I can only have like one function per key. So this is like my micro mapped out. So this is my optimal setup for Premiere. Yeah, Marcus, the RGBs look nice on there. But yeah, this is how I've set it up for Premiere. But then if I am with Input, the new software that works on PC, iOS, Mac, you can map those out so much easier. So the Framer Micro 2 uses Input, and the Nomad E uses Input. So hopefully next week, when I've got the Nomad in my hand, I can physically show you guys how Input works, because any of those dials can be programmed to whatever you want, and it's super easy to like program. Zico on TikTok. Where are you from, Zico? One question: can I change my keyboard with custom keycaps? So WorkLoud has got custom keycaps you can buy. So if you go into accessories, keycaps, you can look into what they've got. So I've got this one, the Nomad E, is coming. I just got an email today, so I'm pumped, like checking it every minute to see when it's coming. But this is on the way, and then I've just got it in chalk. And then when you buy the Nomad E, you get top shell. So I spent my own hard-earned cash on this, so I've got the top shell coming, and then you can go into keycaps and see what they've got here. So eventually, I think I'm gonna be going for like a white and orange combo. I like that. But then because I'll have the black, I'll be able to like do black and orange, or like white and black, like just like combining it slightly different. And yeah, what I find is just customizing your stuff slightly just gives you that new sense of excitement. I'm a musician by trade as well, so every time I get my guitar set up or new strings or something slightly different, it feels new. Yeah, or like I dial in a new sound on my pedals. It's like, oh, it's a new thing. It's you know. So I feel like that with this one right here, with the version 1 micro, because I'll just find new ways of using it. I just programmed something yesterday. I just realized, I was like, hey, I can just make my life so much easier doing this. So if I show you here, if I'm just resizing stuff, which if you're editing, you resize stuff all the time. I've programmed like these dials to move stuff by the decimal point or by the unit. So if this is by the unit, I'll resize it, or by the decimal point. Because oh, sorry, but yeah, some stuff in Premiere, like exposure, you don't want to do by the unit, because yeah, it'll just blow your whole image. So yeah, that's like on 0.9. So you want to have like the option of doing decimal adjustments and then like unit adjustments. But you can just like, I find ways of using these all the time, like new ways, and it brings that fresh sense of excitement of how to be more productive. That's my personal experience. I hope, I don't know, it might resonate with you or not. Zill, any plans to make a full size keyboard? So let me show you. So at the minute, they've got the Nomad E and then a limited version of the knob, which the main difference, obviously the knob is like metal chassis, just more, these are more limited, but these have got the F keys up top, which a lot of coders, I believe, really wanted to have the F keys available. If you're more of a creative, this is the vibe, and this is where the route I'm taking, because I don't really use the F keys that much, and if I do, I can just use a modifier key, or just program these to be like, so F9 for me in Ableton is record, so I'll just program 9 to be like, if I double tap, that'll be F9, or like I'll figure out another way of doing that. So that's, yeah, if you're creative, this is the vibe. As far as like full-size keyboard, that's probably a question Zillow on TikTok for Mike to see what their plans are. But yeah, they've been developing like heaps and heaps of stuff. Probably like the Creative Board XL is probably something that, you know, probably these are sold out at the minute. But yeah, that's probably the other option. But Nomad E and Knob are the ones available. And I've got the Nomad E coming. I'm pumped. Yeah. Any more questions? I'm here to answer. I'll probably stay on for, I don't know, another 10, 15. So if you need anything, I'll just be here answering questions. So, I don't want to jinx it, but the audio's been working fine so far. As long as we don't try to like do anything too complicated over this end. What is the main functions? Kai on Instagram is asking. What kind of program do you use, Kai? So basically, you can get this. It's a macro pad, the one I've got. So it's I've got the version 1 macro pad, and I've had it for 2.5 years, and I find new ways of using it all the time. So basically, anything that you would use multiple key presses. So multiple key presses on your normal keyboard could just be one press on the macro pad. So I use mine with Premiere Pro primarily, and it's just made my life so much easier just to have it, just customize everything to do whatever I want. Sweet Kai, use Premiere. So I don't know if I do apologize for anybody that's seen it multiple times, but if you weren't here, I'll just show you really quick an example if I use it in Premiere. So this is a video I'm editing for YouTube. So I've got 4 different layers here. Get my top camera. Oh wait. So yeah, I've got 4 different layers I can switch between. Here. So every layer is a different configuration of these. So my first layer, I've got this set up for Premiere for myself. So if you're an illustrator, you can have one key to be a line. But then I've got this scrolly thing, the scrolly wheel, to be zoom in, zoom out. As you can see here. And then I've got this one to be my enable, disable. Because in Premiere, if you're just doing like sound design and stuff like that, or you need to, sometimes when I'm viewing titles or doing subtitles, sometimes it's just faster to enable, disable stuff and, you know, have the preview be faster. So yeah, I've optimized everything to be whatever I use the most, I've optimized it. So I go between the selection and slice tool. quite a bit. So if I use a scroll wheel, that's what that does. And then zoom in, zoom out. And then I've got one of my keys to like slice everything, all the tracks through. Super Say is asking me to press all the buttons. Yeah, I'll do like a little ASMR in a minute. But yeah, I'm like, I've built up muscle memory on this so much that I barely have to think about. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. And then I'm still talking to Kai. Yeah, in Illustrator, you can get it to align stuff, like move between layers with the dial. You can program it to do anything you want. And it's pretty easy to do. The version 1 that I've got, let's see. Sorry, I feel like I'm answering a bunch of questions here. Okay, so the version 1 that I've got uses a program called VIA. So this is a map of my micro, and then every key I can program to do any key combination I want. So you can have one key to be literally 4 or 5 presses on your normal keyboard. So instead of me going, oh, I want to, I don't know, apply some default transition, normally you'd have to go boom, 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 like whatever, 3 key presses. With this one, I've just programmed it to just be 1. So you can imagine across the session of editing and whatever, it's just like, you're just more direct and you're just getting straight to the point. I find that I'm more creative being able to just get stuff done faster. Especially like some stuff you probably end up doing thousands of times in a session. Like if you were to key map, like heat map your keyboard, I reckon you're pressing stuff pretty a lot, really. Willski fixed your PS4 controller now. Sweet, man. I didn't know it was broken. I'm glad. It feels nice fixing stuff, doesn't it? All right, let's do a little ASMR. So this is, I'm pressing the keys down. Little ASMR. Soft. And then if I'm really angry, editing, this is me. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So I've pressed the buttons. What's the workflow for any sound engineer? So Super Say on TikTok's asking. Again, I use Ableton. I've just programmed it to any like thing I use a lot. I've just programmed it to just be immediately accessible. And what I find with the version 1 is if my hand touches it, like I'm here, I know where the dial is, I know where the scroll wheel is, and I'm automatically in position to whatever I need to be doing. So let's see, if you were using a program like Ableton, like one of them could be Command F. So you can program one of your keys to be Command F for your effects. Or if you're scrolling between, if you want to arm a track, that could be another one. If you wanted to scroll between, like you can have the dial here to like scroll between chapters. You can have this one to zoom in, zoom out. I think in Ableton H is like you get all your tracks are visual. And then you could just press one. That could be that. And then the cool thing is with like I'm an Ableton guy, so I hope this makes sense for you. But yeah, if you're using something like Ableton, you can like go in further with Ableton's own macros, so you can do heaps of stuff within that. So hopefully, like that kind of opens up the possibility of what you can do. And the closest thing I've got for, I don't know, something like if I'm using what's it called, Premiere, I've got my scrolly wheels right here to be like if I'm clicking on a value, then the scrolly wheel goes up by the decimal point, and then the wheel increases it by the unit. So I go increase by 1s here, and then I can increase by the decimal point for finer adjustments. Yeah, and just have that tactile feedback really helps to just know what you're doing. It just makes you faster. I find it feels nicer editing, and it's a lot more direct. So if you were to use any kind of program, yeah, you can just pretty much map this out to whatever you want. So yeah, I've been using this one for like 2.5 years, and it's been solid. Like, I've changed multiple things on my desk, and this has been great to use. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. I don't know. You said sound engineer, so I'm guessing you do production and stuff like that. But there's so many ways of programming this and using it. And yeah, I've got mine to actually, if I press a button, it types in my password. And then if I press another button, it'll open up Premiere, or it'll open up Ableton. So yeah, I've got it to do whatever I want, basically. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. Yeah. Super Say on TikTok, what kind of programs would you use to, like, for your sound engineering stuff? Emil on Instagram, no, the only freebie I can do is if you buy something, give us your order number on stream, we can send you a free gift. So that's the best I can do. I do not have the power of sending anything out for free. So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. So yeah, currently, sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. So I think I've caught up with all the questions. I think Kai was asking about using it with Premiere and Illustrator and Photoshop. The cool thing about this is because so many people use these so many different ways. There's not one person that could tell you exactly what to do in Premiere and Illustrator and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So we've got a few people that are going to jump on stream just talking about how they use it and their personal experience. So I can talk from a Premiere and kind of music Ableton producer, you know, video editor kind of point of view, and how I use it with After Effects. But like, other people would be able to tell you how they use it in Photoshop, Figma, Framer, Illustrator. Like, one of the other guys streams, he's gonna jump on. I don't know when, but he'll be jumping on. His name is Kirk, and he uses. So on stream last time, he had his iPad that he was illustrating something, but then he had his Workloud Nomad E, so he's using that for shortcuts, and then I can't remember what else he had, but he just had his workflow dialed in. So yeah, it's how you use all this stuff. But I can vouch for how quality the stuff is. Like, I bought this 2.5 years ago, and I'm still use it, still love it. And then the response of the keys is still there. Nothing's gone glitchy. I do tend to keep my stuff like as clean as I can. So one of my most used things around the office is, funny enough, I can't find it, is a paintbrush. Got order number. Andrea on Instagram, what have you got? Let us know in the chat what you ended up getting. So I'm marking down all the order numbers. I'll pass these on to Mike, that's the big boss man, and he'll add a free gift in there for you. So if you give us your order number on stream, you get a free gift. But Andrea, I can't wait to get it. I work 9 hours a day on Framer. Oh man, you know what? You will notice especially how much I would love to put a heat map on your keyboard. I don't think I'm ever coming to India. Well, you can, Amara, if you're Amar Deep, I don't think, I haven't got plans to come to India, but the product shipped to India, if that's what you're asking. But Andrea, about Framer, you'll notice that you probably use like press down or use certain things more than others. And I'd love to put a heat map on your keyboard to see what you use the most. Because some stuff you'll use like hundreds, if not thousands of times in editing session. I know I do in Premiere. So, yeah, it just saves you so much time. It's so much and it's enjoyable to just use. And I find probably, hey Vinayak, but I find that I get more creative when I don't have to think about what tool to use, if that makes sense. It's just, and the more you use all these tools, I know from like using Premiere, I get more creative because I'm like, oh, I could do this, and then I've got this effect in mind. Like it just unlocks another piece in my brain from personal experience. And I just find myself being more creative. I think I've adopted Mark Zuckerberg's thing about clothes. I literally just wear these t-shirts now, white t-shirt, and it's like, actually these are pretty cool. These are by a company that these don't get stained, so if I pour something on, like it'll just come off. But I tend to just like wear a white t-shirt, black cap, and just go to work, do whatever I'm supposed to do. Just keep my life nice and simple. I've got some like cool t-shirts and stuff, but for the most part, keep things plain. That's a personal choice. But that kind of reflects onto how my workflow in general, because I just need things to be direct and just get that the creative juices going. Jimmy Hobson's a little bit expensive. Do you know what, Jimmy, on TikTok, I bought mine with my own money. I bought the Nomad E. It's coming next week, hopefully, with my own money. Like, I'm a guest streamer. And when I was looking at this one, I thought the same thing. This was like entry level. It was good. It was a good like entry level thing for me when I saw this, and I was like, I like it. I like the company. I like what they do, and I went for it. 2.5 years I've had this. I've replaced multiple things. I'll show you my top cam. Like, I've replaced multiple things. It's a bit of a mess. I do apologize, but interfaces, computers. I've replaced so much stuff. This is like stayed there. Still feels the same. Flipping like the weight on this is like, yeah, it's just well designed, and the fact that I'm still using it. If I was to calculate that, you know, by use, it's it's definitely worth it for me. And the cool thing is, I still get excited about how to program it, how to optimize my workflow. Yeah. All right, Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, I found that this one is like a good entry level into that whole space of macro. Primo, yo man, what's up? It is Primo, right? But it was just a good level, like entry level thing to get things cooking with how I workflow, how I use it in Premiere, all that kind of stuff. Because they do like the full keyboard, like they used to do like the creator board, and I couldn't get my head around the creator board because it was like all linear, even though it's a better typing experience apparently. I just couldn't get my head around it. And then this one, I was like, yes, I know what I need to use that. Jimmy Hopkins, I'm in Thailand. How to get one? Yeah, the Work Louder ships worldwide, so you won't have a problem there. I'm in the UK currently, and yeah, I'm getting mine. I got mine shipped. I got this one shipped, and then I'm getting the Nomad E shipped over next week. So yeah, I keep checking when it's coming. I'm so pumped. I was telling everyone earlier, I might do like an unboxing on stream. Yeah, the design's killer, man. Honestly, like if anything, Jimmy, just join the Discord, follow them on socials, and just see what's up and see how people are using them. What kind of programs do you use mostly, Jimmy? But yeah, I can't wait. I said I was gonna do an unboxing on stream, but I don't think I will. I'll be like, I'll barely be able to film it for content because I just want to. Yeah, I can't wait to get it. So Jimmy, you work in Excel? Yeah, man. You could just program it to do whatever you want in Excel. Anything that you would need, like multiple, like going down a menu, I don't know, right clicking, going down a menu, inserting. You just program it to be one button. Primo, y'all do mouses? Not yet. Not yet. I did ask Mike that. Mike's the big boss. I said, when are you going to take over the mouse business? He was like, one giant at a time. So it's keyboards for now. They're doing a swell job if you were to ask me. But Wilski. Yeah, Wilski, you know what? I was going to come off stream. I told Mike, I was like, oh, I'll probably come off stream if nobody's asking any more questions. But yeah, people have just been asking questions. And then I had a gap because my, yeah, we had an issue with the audio. But yeah, people are asking questions, so I'm kind of just holding on. I did say like half an hour ago I'll stay for like 10, 15. But yeah, y'all been keeping me busy. But yeah, if you do put your order number in the chat, I'll make sure I pass that on to Mike and I'll add a free order. Free gift to your order if it hasn't shipped out yet. So I've actually got, I'll show you what I got. So this is the so yeah, I got the Nomad E coming and I got a desk mat as well. Admittedly, oh crud, that was my light. Admittedly, I don't know how the desk mat's gonna like work out in my setup. I just like the vibe, so I'll make it work. Even if it's like gonna cover just the keyboard and micro, I'll make sure it fits. Primo, I saw your keyboards. It's creative type of ish, yo. Yeah, man. It's like, I think the key thing for me is like, there's one thing of showing a render, and then actually having the physical product in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, it pretty much adds up like what I see in the render and what I've got in my hand for this product. It's a version 1 micro. I'm like, yeah, that's how I would like it to feel if I'm looking at the render. So yeah, man, it's great. Yeah, Wilski's been hanging out the whole time. Nice one, Wilski. So Primo, I'll show you what I've got. I'm getting, so just to like caveat this, because I feel like I need to say it all the time. I'm a guest streamer. I love Work Louder stuff. And I'm just on to like show you guys how I use it in my workflow. So I got the version 1 micro 2.5 years ago. Been using it constantly. Love the damn thing. And I'm constantly like figuring out like new ways of using it and adding it into my workflow. And then I recently, like last week, I was like, yo, I'm going to pull the trigger on the Nomad. So again, I've spent my hard-earned cash, and I'm just pumped to Zill has got an order number for us. Zill, what have you got? Zill on Instagram's just put an order number in, and I need to find my pen. So what have you got? Yeah, let us know what you got. But I've got a Nomad E coming, so I can't wait for it. It's gonna be solid. I'll tell you that much. Got the Framer one, sweet. Primo, you thought it was a mixer? What would you think was a mixer? You got it right when it was up for parade area. That micro keyboard Primo. Oh, this one. You thought that was a mixer? I mean, you could use it as a mixer. Sorry. My wife just texted me to say she broke down, so there's not much I can do while on the stream. I'm crap at mechanics as well. Anyways, but Primo says you're what's it called? You thought this was a mixer? You can program it to be a mixer if you want it to. I have some time. Love work. Zill's looking. Zill, what kind of stuff do you do? But you said you'll drop by later. You want to get the Nomad E at some point. You know what, Zill? I'll hopefully next time I'm on, I'll have the Nomad E, and yeah, I'll be pumped to show you guys how I'm programming it and how I'm using it in Premiere Pro and Ableton. But yeah, I want to order something, but I can't because I need a new computer first. Wilski, yeah, man, priorities are priorities. Just make sure you get stuff when you need to in your own time. I'm just here to hang out and hopefully show you guys how to how I've optimized my workflow with this one. But yeah, I'm getting a bit hungry now, so I am gonna have to jump off stream. Let's say 5 minutes, unless it gets crazy again with questions. Let me see. Just making sure everything's coming through stream. Yep, everything seems to be all right at this end. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I really hope, yeah, you guys are optimizing your workflow, just making sure. Yeah, Wilski, I've actually had a banana. I'm still working on my coffee and mango chainsaw liquid death. Primo, can you show us how you program it? Yeah, I'll do that really quick. Timer cap. How did you find the right manufacturer? So I'm a guest streamer timer. So that's a question for Mike. So if Mike's ever doing a stream, and we're trying to do a lot more streams, so if Mike's ever on stream, yeah, definitely ask him, because they and actually there's some interviews you can go check out and watch how they've done that. Like the story is pretty fascinating, like how they got about, and banana coffee now, whiskey. But it's pretty fascinating how they gone about and how they've gone from like renders to actual physical products, and all the little things they've had to like combat to actually have a physical product. So yeah, super inspiring, super cool to see them like, yeah, handle adversity and all that kind of stuff. So this is Primo. This is how I program mine. So this is a program called Via, and because I've got the version 1 micro, this is the program I use. Version 2 and version 2 and Nomad E. So when I get the Nomad E, I'll be able to show you the Work Louder's own program called Input, and it's so much easier to program, and there's so much more stuff you can do. But this is what it looks like, and this is the map of my key set. So if I show you my, like, it's actually this way. So can you see like how that reflects what you see on screen? So I've got the dial, I've got the scrolly wheel, and then I've got all the keycaps, and that's how you program everything. So everything here is mapped out to a key, a single key or a multiple key combination. So I've got, like, for Frodo Via was a hassle to use. You know what? It's a bit of a learning curve. Like, every product you'll purchase from now is using Input. That's a lot easier. But version 1 micro, I did have to go to like the QMK dictionary and just program stuff in. So that was a learning curve. But to be honest, after I did it once, I kind of forgot about it. Not forgot about it. I did it and then it was kind of done. I didn't have to like reprogram stuff. And if I did, I just like kind of copy pasted commands from here and there. But Input, which is their own program optimized for like Work Louder stuff. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the chat. But Input is going to be a lot easier to use. And it's got like another function called multifunction. So one keycap could be like 3 or 4 commands. So you can tap, that's what command, double tap, that'll be a different command. Tap and hold, that'll be a different command. So you can have like so many options just from one key. But this is the way I do it in Via. A bit of a learning curve, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, Frodo says the Work Louder Discord was a huge help, 100%. Yeah, like that was killer for me. And not only that, I think like if anybody's on stream and is not part of the Discord community, like definitely go check it out just to see like what's going on and the different types of users. Because like I'm a video editor and musician, but you'll find like illustrators on there. You'll find different people using it in a slightly different way. And my geekery is I love going on and figuring out how other people are using it, because then it unlocks that piece of my brain going, oh yeah, I could do this as well. So yeah, definitely check out the Discord community, and just to keep up with like what's going on, what's new. And Wilski, I have an idea. If you added screens to these keycaps, when you change the keycap order, it gives you the cap on screen. That's definitely an idea. They've added like the Nomad E has a screen on it. Yo, WQ Mark, is your name Mark on Instagram? But yeah, if you're on stream, definitely check out the Work Louder Discord just to see what's up and how people are using it, and just find like a solid community of just creatives. I think it's cool. Will there be a Work Louder version of the wireless micro unbranded? Yes. Okay, yeah, I can answer that. So the cool thing is, let me pull up. So the Framer micro is what's going to be some random. Oh yeah, Mike said yes. So let me answer that question, because I asked Mike the same thing. So there are going to be some differences between the micro version 2 and the Framer. He said the Framer will have it's first of all, it's limited. Just because it says Framer doesn't mean you have to use it with Framer. I think it's just like an F icon in the color scheme. You can change the keycaps. But this black thing here is not gonna. That's gonna be translucent in the version 2. So this black one, it's like has this sweet like way of illuminating the bottom of the keyboard. And obviously these are available for pre-order, shipping out in July, so you get them earlier, obviously. But yeah, function-wise, it'll be the same. And actually, with the framer, you'll get all these keycaps. But the version 2, when it comes out, you won't be able to get the keycaps. You'll have to pay extra for the keycaps. So that saves you a bit of money. And the keycaps here, you get a 2-unit one, and you get all of these with the icons, and then you get plain ones and translucent one. So yeah, there's like some upside of how limited the framer is. This right here is going to be like, apparently it looks sweet, just, you know, having the black frame and then it illuminating from the bottom. But yeah, does that answer your question? But yeah, like a few things, like it's limited. You get the keycaps, you get shipping out in July, and yeah, it just looks badass. So I was asking the same thing because I'm probably I want to get it. I'm away in August though. That was my thing. Prima, if you just look into that micro keyword or mix, you won't know. For a second, you need to have all the keys ordered. Why don't you just add screens to it first? I think adding screens to it is probably gonna add cost, and it's just like, yeah, it's a whole different thing. Like I'm just speculating, but a lot of people have asked about. So Frodo's asking, are the keycaps interchangeable between version 2 and version 1? No, they're not. And I know that because if you go on the website, you can see it says it's not compatible with the micro, so it's like a slightly different design. But who's asking? Let me see. Somebody asked about. Yeah, it's for me. And I did ask all these questions, Mike. The micro is just optimized for speed and workflow and muscle memory. So what I found was, even if it did add a screen, like that kind of like defeats the point of having something that's like optimized for workflow, for me at least, because it's muscle memory. So it's tactile. I'm looking at my screen and I'm just editing away. So I know where everything is, and I've just built up that muscle memory. So it's not like it's doing some crazy function. Like you could get it like on different layers. I've got it doing some crazy stuff, like typing in my password, open up programs. But as far as editing goes, this is like the jam, like workflow. I really wanted to buy it, but Turkish customs conditions do not allow it. Yeah, I don't know any details about Turkish customs. Like I live in the UK, so like next week I'll be able to tell you what's going on post Brexit, getting stuff in. But it shouldn't be a problem. I've had stuff from all over. Primo says, yeah, but the muscle memory needs a while. You'd be surprised, you know. I developed the muscle memory like 2-3 days. Once I knew what my shortcuts were and where I wanted them to be, like I was away jamming. So yeah, you'll be surprised of how good your body is just adapting. And when people see it, they see it, like I like stuff being pretty plain. So I've got the translucent caps and then I've got the black caps. I bought both. Sometimes I'll combine them, but people think like you have to have the black cap with the icon. Is like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Like you can, but for me it was a case of like I'm dialed in direct, and that's how I've set mine up for Premiere. So that's how I edit my stuff. So yeah, but you'll be surprised how fast you develop muscle memory. Yeah, but yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna call it. This has been really cool, and I'm definitely jumping on stream at some point again. And like, it's either gonna be, yeah, we've got a team of streamers now. I'll be jumping on, and save your, like, go join the Discord, see what's up. You know, any questions you ask, they'll be there. Primo, you see, if you're a gamer and you want to use your keyboard, your fingers, go to the WASD. WASD. Yeah, but if you're holding that, okay, I've got an argument for you. If you look at my fingers, like W is slightly in an off angle, right? But here you'd have W up. So it's like they did a bunch of research. That's why the Work Ladder board was all ortholinear. So everything, all the keycaps were like that. So if you've got WASD, W is there, ASD. So you'll be like a lot faster because W is like just a movement, whereas like it's just up. Whereas W on a normal keyboard is like in a slight angle. So I'm guessing that'd be faster for you. Is that correct? That's what I think, at least. And there's studies to go with it. Cosmo on Instagram. Love your keyboards. Yeah, they're great. I'm a guest streamer. My name is Dave. I do like Premiere Pro in Ableton. But yeah, I bought this 2.5 years ago and they've been killer. So I've got the Nomad E on order. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be so good. So I'm excited to like show you guys on stream. So yeah, I've bought these with my own money. I'm just here to like kind of show people how to tackle these from a slightly different angle, from like an editor's point of view and how I use it. Because you can use these so many different ways. We've got illustrators, we've got programmers, gamers, like everybody uses them slightly different. So it's really interesting to see how everybody uses them. Big fan from India. Love what you guys are doing. Please amp up the process for Indian consumers. They love you. Oh, sweet. Yeah. On Instagram, get to manas. Man, some of these usernames. Like, sorry for butchering them. But yeah, like Work Ladder ships worldwide. And yeah, I've said it. But if you do drop your order number on stream, you get a free gift with your order. As long as that hasn't shipped out. So yeah, I've got a bunch of order numbers, so I'll pass them on to Mike and he'll add some free gifts in for you guys, providing they haven't shipped out. So yeah, it's been great to hang out. My name is Dave and it's been a joy to hang out with you all and geek out and talk about stuff. Keyboards, coffee, dogs, cats, all sorts. But yeah, I hope everybody does well. Enjoy the rest of the day. And Primo comes in with another question. Yeah, see that you keep Mike corrects the S. WASD. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean, Primo. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. I've been on stream for a while. You could probably tell by my voice. I'm kind of hungry now, and I've stayed hydrated, like. But yeah, my stomach's growling now. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care of yourselves. Work the yeah. Keep in touch with the account. Check it out on check the Discord. Check the account. The guys are really good at just keeping everybody, up to date. Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, just at the brick of time with an order number. Hydrate with real water, more, bro. Like this is sparkling water. It's just cooler because I'm drinking out of a can, bro. So yeah, just at the brink of time. Silboa, what did you order? Yeah, that's the order number. So it's a 5-digit number. Some random. Oh, me too. Was that about the water? Primo. Yeah, I mean, it is water. It's just sparkling water with a bit of a tang of mango. It's just cool to drink water if I can. I feel more manly. But yeah, take care, everybody. Peace. Be nice to each other, and yeah, stay in touch. See you in a bit. Bye.